Good morning, YouTube. It's Saturday morning. Chris was going to come down Thursday, and then we were going to go to Test and Tune Friday, and then we were going to go to the South Side no prep race Saturday, and then we was going to go to the no prep race Sunday at Kentucky Dragway. They was calling for a bunch of rain this week, so Chris didn't even attempt to come down Thursday. Friday, he flew from Abilene, Texas to Dallas, Texas, and tried to fly down, but I guess from the storm they canceled some of the flights, and there's a bunch of rollover people, and Chris flight standby, and he wasn't able to get on, so he flew all the way to Abilene. Probably wasted 6 hours of his Friday flying from Abilene to Dallas, and then waiting for the flight just to be told he couldn't get on, and flying back to Abilene, driving home. But at which they canceled all the races Friday anyway, so it didn't really matter. But Saturday, he's trying to fly down right now, so hopefully here in the next 30 minutes or so he'll be able to get on a flight, and I'll go be able to pick him up about 1:38. And the race in West Virginia is a 2.5 hour drive, so we're not going to be able to make that one. So there, Clay City was supposed to have a bracket race this morning, and then Octane Nights, which is like free entry and $50 to race your ride, and it's free entry, so a bunch of spectators show up and a few cars show up, and everybody watches the races. So we're going to go to that and treat it like a TNT and race the Trans Am and the Camaro. And then on Sunday, we're going to go to the no prep race at Kentucky Dragway. It was calling for rain all weekend, but the rain chances kept getting lower and lower and lower. Like yesterday, it was supposed to rain all day, and it really didn't. It was supposed to rain all day today too, but it rained early this morning, and then it quit, and it's not supposed to rain again. So we'll be able to should be able to do unless a weird rain cloud comes right over us, we should be able to do Octane Nights tonight, and then Sunday do the no prep race at Kentucky Dragway in both cars. But on this one, I changed. It had NGK 8 plugs in it. I put NGK 10 plugs in it. The throttle linkage wasn't going all the way back. Actually, if this was all the way back, it was stopping about right here. So I fixed that. I changed the oil because the oil hasn't been changed since we went through it and rebuilt it. And then I put an engine diaper on it. And then we also tightened up the steering a little. That had a lot of play in it. I mean, it was pretty bad. It was going from there to there. But now that's not play. That's as soon as you move it, the tire's turning. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is. So me and Willis came over and helped me. We tightened that up. And really the only thing to do on this car is maybe clean it. And for some reason, when I locked the door, when I had it out in the front, I locked the door, and this door didn't want to unlock. We had to get in there. Something's keeping it from wanting to unlock with the key or the knob, so we'll have to figure that out, but that's not important. But yeah, tonight we're going to I'm going to go pick up Christopher here in probably another hour or so, and then we'll probably go to Natural Bridge and check a few things out, go to the Reptile Museum, and then come back, wash the cars, and go to Octane Nights and see what it'll do. See what this Trans Am will do. I don't know how far Chris wants to turn it up, but it's his car, so I like to race it. I do. I just don't like to turn it up real high because I'm afraid to blow it up. It's not my car. I mean, I'll work on it here and there, but Chris pays for all the parts on it, and I just, here lately, I've been putting them on, but it's his car. When it was in Texas with him, he built the motor. He had one of them real good Abilene shops do the turbo 350. It had a turbo 350 in it, and then he had someone do the rear end, but he built the motor, which required a lot of clearancing for the 383. Which is odd because my LT1 didn't require hardly any clearancing at all. Which it matters what rods you get, but he had the rods that were like mine that should have cleared, but. And then his local track closed down in Abilene, Texas. So one Thanksgiving, he brought it up here. I don't know how many years ago that was, 2 or 3. Probably about 3. It might have been 4. I can't remember. But anyway, since he brought it up here, he comes up here and he helps me on it. And then I work on it, which it gives me something to do, honestly. If I didn't have these cars to work on, I'd probably sit inside and eat and watch TV all day and probably be on the 600-pound TV show. So these things give me something to do. Oh, and I went 4 jet sizes in the back per Kevin at CSU from the last pass I made. It was 12.1 to 12.4 AFR. Used to the AFR would jump around. But since he went through the carburetor and redid it, it's steady. It was like 12.4, and as it went down the track, it got a little bit richer. It started at 12.4, and then it dropped to about 12.1, but he said go up 4 jet sizes in the rear, and that's what I've done. So that's the first pass we do. We might leave it where it's at and just see what the AFR is, which that was only on 8-9 pounds of boost. I think the boost gauge tickled the 10 a little. But I think that front power valve comes on at 3 pounds of boost, I think he said, and I think the rear power valve comes on at 10. Power valves for boost reference is a little bit different. You're pretty much driving around on a carburetor with plugged power valves, just cruising around. It'd be the same as driving around on plugged power valves. And then the power valves come in per the boost that's coming through the carburetor. So the front one sees 3 pounds of boost, it opens and lets more fuel in. And then the rear one sees 10 pounds of boost, it opens and lets more through. Whereas generally on motor with a carburetor, the vacuum, as you get on the throttle, the vacuum drops. And then as the vacuum drops, depending on the size of power valve you got in there, say you got a 10 power valve in there, say you idle at 20 vacuum, and then as you give it gas, the vacuum drops, and then if it drops below 10, then those power valves open and give you the extra fuel to go from the transition from, idle to, cruising and, more throttle, etc. But yeah, we went up 4 jet sizes in that. And woohoo, it's my birthday. 49 years young. And tonight on this one, we're going to turn it all the way up. We'll start with a 3,200 RPM launch and see what it does. I had this thing at 20 degrees timing, and it goes up to 16, 18 pounds with that 69 millimeter GT45 turbo. 16 to 18 pounds. It fluctuates a little, but we'll turn that one all the way up and see. I lowered the timing to 18 degrees at wide open throttle, full boost. I'm gonna see if it goes faster there. If it does, we might try 16 degrees and so on and see what that does. But yeah, we'll full send this one. I do need to get this one dialed back into 6.5 because before, when I had it dialed into 6.5, it had a kink in one of the wastegate lines, which was giving it a bad reading on the boost controller. So now that I fixed that kink in that line, we have to readjust it to run 6.5 again, figure out where it runs 6.5 again. But yeah, because one of the main things I want to do with this car is 650 index. But after a 6 or so hour layover, Chris got on the plane, so we'll be going to pick him up here in a little bit. All right, here we are, Lexington Airport, the Bluegrass Airport. This is a tiny airport. There he is. There's Chris.
Went and hung out at the reptile zoo. That's an alligator there. Up at Natural Bridge. in Slade, Kentucky. And then we went and got us some barbecue to eat. It was a pretty good time.
All right, here we are, Kentucky Dragway. Chris is adjusting his seat. Got my car over there. Austin's got his girlfriend's Gen 6, I guess. I don't know. I'm not good with the newer cars. But yeah, here we go. Do some racing. All right, on this one, I'm going to turn the launch RPM up to 3,800. For this one, the 60 foot, it's got to have RPM on the launch. Whereas mine's different at 3,200 RPM at 1.3s. And I can't get it to hook on a 3,400 RPM launch, but
36.
We're going to turn it up to 3,800 on his.
Yours hooked on 34, not 36.
Oh, it deleted. Turn the key on, turn the fuel pump off. There we go. I don't think he got it spooled all the way up. Well, something bad happened. It could have been worse though. I don't know if it spun and wheel hop, and that was, I don't know, it's about 3 inches from the ground. I wonder if it hit.
It broke the pipe. It didn't even break the weld.
And it broke the pipe. And then it went under the car. You could hear it clunk, 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 clunk. And when it got here, it got the fuel line right before the fuel filter. So, which the fuel filter sets kind of low. Yeah, right there. See it leaking? So I'm done. In Christopher's car, that last pass, it slowed down, and it got up to 200 degrees. That car never gets up to 200 degrees, so kind of wondering if we blew a head gasket. All right, we changed the jets back. Let's see what it does. See if it, he said it was cutting out a little. It's smoking more than it should again. I don't know if I blow the head gasket or what. Oh, smoky. Was that, I don't know, it slowed down about 2/10 and about, what did you say it ran that time? Oh, about 5 mile an hour, 2/10 and 5 mile an hour from what I did when I came out. But we're going to turn the boost up a little bit more to get that second power valve to come in and see if what it does then. I don't know. All right, here we go. What should be 12 pounds of boost. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About 13, 12, 13. about lost my pants. Something wrong with it. I should have went way faster than that. Alright, we threw a bunch more jet at it and see what that does. We watched the GoPro video in that last one. It was really lean. But
And it's been running hot.
and after the pass, it's actually getting up to 200. This car usually never comes off 180 no matter what you do. We might have blown a head gasket because it just ain't acting right and it's going slow.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh, Smokey got TJ. Blew smoke right on him. TJ and Logan. Alright, here comes old Smokey. Seemed like it run better. Alright, towing the Camaro home. Chris has got her back there. We already drove the Trans Am home, but I think we're going to try to put the vent tubes back in the Trans Am because it was, according to the GoPro and the wideband, it was running dangerously lean. We jetted it up and it would be leaner, which makes no sense. Either the wideband ain't reading right. I don't know, man. Maybe it wants the vent tubes back in it. That car's always wanted the vent tubes in it, and then all of a sudden it didn't, and now it seems like it does. But we'll see. But y'all have a good day. We're going to try a few things on the Camaro tomorrow, and then, or the Trans Am tomorrow. And then, hopefully we'll get that worked out, and we'll hit the no prep tomorrow. Have a great day.